This morning, from celebration to terror, what we're learning about the victims of a shooting outside of a high school graduation.
Also, Madison police trying a new approach to non-emergency calls, the benefits of officers responding by video.
And we'll be breaking out into some sunshine and nice weather today, but a very chilly night tonight. Be prepared for some 40s waking up tomorrow morning.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly's got your forecast this morning. I mean, you're talking about mid-40s. I mean, we don't need to cover our plants or anything. Do we outside this morning?
You know, I guess, maybe the very tender vegetation, if you're prone to getting into the, cooler than most areas, like a valley spot.
Sure.
They could see some 30s tomorrow morning. So,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, here we are almost in the middle of June. This is going to be tonight. So this will be the coolest night that we can expect over the next week. But we are talking about low to mid 40s across all of Dane County. As mentioned, some of these valley spots, that cold air tends to funnel in some of those spots. So we could be talking about temperatures in the upper 30s waking up tomorrow morning. So a chilly morning waking up tomorrow. That's all behind this cold front. Right now, we still have a band of clouds. It's starting to exit the Madison area. We've actually had a few showers just to the west and southwest of Madison this morning. Those are on their way out. The clouds are on their way out. We'll get into this clearing as we go throughout the next several hours. In fact, actually seen some of that sun breaking out here at the Union Terrace. Temperatures around 50 to start off our morning. Will rise through the 60s into the lower 70s here at the noon hour, topping out in the mid to upper 70s. It's very seasonable for this time of June. So we'll watch these temperatures in the 50s now warm. A couple of sunny days and seasonable days headed our way, but tonight's lows in the 40s. We'll watch for that chance of rain coming our way. It looks like for the upcoming weekend. Nice day today with the sunshine headed into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon. And no problems on the roads. The clouds are departing from east to west. It will be rather cool this morning. Sunshine throughout the afternoon, so you need those sunglasses. Or on that cool night tonight, and also that chance of rain for the upcoming weekend coming up.
All right, talk then, Kelly. Thank you. Developing this morning, police are trying to find a motive in a shooting that happened outside of a high school graduation.
It happened in Richmond, Virginia. 2 people are dead, 5 injured. Witnesses describe shots firing in rapid succession outside a theater where graduates and their families were leaving the ceremony. Authorities have a 19-year-old suspect in custody this morning. Now, this latest shooting comes on the heels of new research that shows gun violence in the U.S. hit a new high in recent years.
This report from the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions says that the gun violence in the U.S. hit a record high in 2021. The year saw nearly 49,000 gun deaths, with increases in both gun-related homicides and suicides. Students who've been affected by the violence are holding a multi-day sit-in at the U.S. Capitol.
After every shooting, we hear on Twitter that lawmakers and citizens call for action, but there's no action taken. So that's why I decided to lead this, and that's why all these people are here with me. We are here to make sure that something happens.
That new report also says guns are the leading cause of death for children and teenagers in the U.S.
A look now at the problem here in Wisconsin. A report by the nonprofit Everytown shows our state has the 34th highest rate of gun violence in the U.S. On average, 621 people die, more than 1,000 wounded by guns every year in Wisconsin. 70% of those deaths are suicide. We will continue to follow this developing national news story. Get real-time updates on this story and all your local news headlines over on our News 3 Now news app.
Meantime, Madison police are investigating after a stray bullet struck a home, coming within inches of someone who was lying in bed. It happened in the Eakin Park neighborhood on the city's east side. Officers were called just before noon yesterday. Neighbors reported seeing someone in a vehicle shooting at another vehicle. It's unknown if anyone was hurt, though. A neighbor tells us that they took cover as soon as they started hearing shots fired off in succession.
Yeah, I was just laying in bed and heard a rapid gunfire. And of course, I hit the ground and waited a few minutes, looked up, and saw a red vehicle take off down the street.
2 other homes were also hit by bullets, including one that had people inside. Police found a dozen shell casings in the area.
It appears it happened in the street involving 2 vehicles where one person exited one of these vehicles and gunfire towards this other vehicle. That would be the intended target.
Police have yet to arrest anyone in the investigation, but they're hoping the public can help out. If you have any information, call Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014.
The Madison Police Department is going virtual this morning. The department launching a virtual response initiative. So when somebody calls 911 or the non-emergency dispatch line, the dispatcher will determine if the call is indeed an emergency or if an officer needs to respond in person. But if not, officers can take that call via Zoom.
And what we're doing is we're leveraging some of the things that we've learned since the pandemic to use Zoom platform, web-based platform, in order to take reports, answer calls from citizens who perhaps may have a non-emergency. You can get immediate response.
Chief Barnes says this is just phase 1 of the rollout. If it goes well, it could eventually be expanded.
Before God and my family, I'm announcing I'm running for President of the United States.
We have some breaking news this morning. Former Vice President Mike Pence officially in the race for president. That video dropping within the last hour. He joins a crowded field that's led by his former boss, Donald Trump. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is also expected to join the race today. Burgum will be the 12th Republican candidate on that list.
Yeah, so 12 candidates vying for the nomination. Here's a look at where the polls sit this morning. This is a graphic from 538 on how some of them stack up against former President Donald Trump. Former President Trump is the top purple line, polling at about 53%. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is in second at 21%. Everyone else is at the very bottom. Keep in mind this poll came out yesterday before Chris Christie or Mike Pence officially announced. Now to an update on the situation in the Ukraine this morning. Evacuations now underway to avoid flooding from that major dam collapse. Ukraine is blaming Russia for destroying the dam. Russia says it happened from Ukrainian military strikes. No one has died from the dam breach. 22,000 people live in the area, though, and are at risk of flooding. 16,000 have already lost their homes.
6:06, more local news now. Dane County officials announcing a new program that aims to reduce the number of fatal overdoses in the area. The county is partnering with the nonprofit Safe Communities to assemble and distribute 100 overdose aid boxes. They'll be stocked with Narcan, fentanyl test strips, and treatment resources for those struggling with their addictions. The boxes will be placed throughout the county in areas that have seen a higher prevalence of opioid-related overdoses and deaths.
By getting more resources out into the community and making them easier to access, we can hopefully reduce the number of families who lose loved ones to opioids.
Money for these services come from the Harm Reduction and Prevention Act. That passed the county board last fall. It authorized $750,000 to fight the opioid epidemic here locally.
The Red Cross is asking for your help this morning with a critical blood shortage. The organization says it collected 26,000 fewer blood donations than it normally needs for the month of May. They're especially short of platelet donations. There are a number of upcoming donation events over the next couple of weeks. You can find one close to you over at redcrossblood.org.
A new report shows high levels of turnover for state employees here in Wisconsin. Nearly 1 in 6 employees who work for a state agency left their jobs between 2021 and 22. That's 16.4% turnover, the highest in nearly 2 decades. If you add in UW system employees, that vacancy rate now closer to 18%. And the community remembering a longtime Madison leader who died yesterday. Juan Jose Lopez was 64 years old. Madison 365 reports Lopez was the first Latino to serve on the Madison School Board. He would stay on the board for 12 years. He donated his time to half a dozen other community boards and also worked with the Boys and Girls Club. You're taking a look at some pictures of Mr. Lopez, courtesy Madison 365. Funeral arrangements are still in the works this morning.
Happening today, a new flag will fly over Madison for the first time. Mayor Satchie Rhodes Conway will be holding a news conference as she raises the trans flag above the Madison Municipal Building today. She'll be joined by the city's first openly trans alder, Dina Nina. Again, that's happening today at 12:30. Coming up, it's a new era in Milwaukee as the Bucks introduce their new head coach. You're going to hear from Adrian Griffin in your morning sports.
And we're live on Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center ahead of the More Than Pink Walk set to happen this weekend. How you can support a fight against cancer. Next.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. The Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk fast approaching in the 608, and organizers need your help.
Josh Sprider is live at the Alliant Energy Center this morning, ringing the bell, helping us get excited for the big event. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, ringing the bell to drum up some more support for this big weekend event. Of course, the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk has become just a huge community event over the years. And News 3 Now is once again a proud sponsor. Again, happening this Saturday right here at Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. It's still plenty of time to register right now, and they're actually hoping for more folks to sign up. And to talk a little bit more about why this message is so important, Diane Luganville of Cambridge is up early with us this morning. Diane, good morning to you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, you've been a part of this for so many years out of Cambridge, and your team is actually a top fundraising team for this event. Why do you walk?
I unfortunately lost a cousin. She lost the battle. She had 3 little girls that grew up with their mom. I was here to raise my children, and I'm healthy. I can do it. I don't want other people to lose that fight. So I'm happy to be walking with women that have fought it and are winning. We just don't want it to happen anymore. I've got a daughter. I've got a granddaughter. I'm walking for them. So we've got to continue fighting and raising money. Don't want to lose anybody, but...
You know, you've been doing this for, what, 14 years?
Yes, yes.
And every year you come back here. I mean, there's something special about this group of people because there are tears, like right now, right? Like there are tears, but there's also a celebration for those that have been able to fight this terrible disease.
Yep. Yeah, and that's one wonderful thing. I've walked with next to women, and it's just a joyous thing. We walk around and you get to meet new women that are fighting for it too, and that's an exciting and joyous thing to share.
I mentioned you're a top fundraiser. How much money have you guys been able to get over the years?
Well, our little team called the Traveling Rack Pack, we have raised over $375,000 over the period of 14 years.
Oh my gosh.
We've got a little goal for this year, and I've got a couple more dollars I want to raise too, but you know, it's also getting together and fighting the cause. And the thing is it's about prevention and helping. And Susan G. Komen is here to help women, and if they aren't able to afford stuff, they can. Susan G. Komen can help them. They can get mammograms, and it's about prevention. So we want to help women if they are having insecurities. We're here to help them. So
thank you. I'll be ringing the bell for you for sure. Diane, thank you so much for sharing your message, and really congratulations on your team for such a wonderful effort over the years. I appreciate it so much. If you'd like to learn more, I've posted a link with more details up on channel3000.com, including a place where you can register. Again, online ahead of time. You can also register in person here at the Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center, starting at 7:30 Saturday morning. That walk will start at 9 o'clock, guys. So still plenty of time to register right now and to donate to an amazing cause. Back to you guys.
All right, Josh Sprider live this morning. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can either reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
I hear the birds chirping. That means Kelly Slifka is out on the patio. How's it feel, Kelly?
It feels nice, really nice now. I can start to see the sun coming up on the eastern horizon here, and we're going to see a lot of sunshine. Should be a really nice afternoon, actually nice couple of days headed away. We'll be chilly at the nighttime hours. Just get prepared for that. Still tracking a few light showers to the west of Madison, mainly in Iowa and Lafayette County. Everything's diving just about due south. Those will be on the way out. We'll get into a lot of sunshine, but seeing some rain there near Dodgeville, then, as mentioned, into Lafayette County. All behind this cold front that moved through overnight, that brought some of that light rain that we had yesterday. Clouds are starting to depart basically right on the edge of Madison. The rain showers are diving down in the south into northern Illinois. Temperatures rising into the mid to upper 70s. Going to be a nice day. We have a northeast wind that's supplying some of that cooler air, but also some very dry air expected throughout the day. So that'll boost our temperatures into the mid to upper 70s today and tomorrow. A lot of sunshine, very seasonable. However, it's going to be a very chilly night tonight. Temperatures headed into the low to mid 40s waking up tomorrow morning. Our next chance of rain won't be until late in the day on Saturday night, and that may continue into Sunday. Quite a contrast in temperatures. 51 in Juneau, 57 in Madison. As you get toward the Mississippi River, it's in the lower 60s. Platteville, Prairie du Chien, and also Boscobel at 62. Across Dane County, we've got 57 in Sun Prairie, 55 in Cottage Grove, while it's 57 in Mount Horeb, 58 in Cross Plains. Clouds on the way out will be in the low 70s by the noon hour, topping out in the mid to upper 70s. Very seasonable for this time of June. Cooling off quickly tonight with clear skies and those winds diminishing. We'll start out in the 40s. And we should warm up fairly quickly tomorrow afternoon back into the mid to upper 70s. So fairly seasonable the next couple of days. We just have to deal with that chilly night tonight. Saturday starting off dry. If you have any weekend plans, no problems in the morning, most of the afternoon. But as we get after 4 or 5 o'clock, starting to see some showers and thunderstorms fire up. And it looks like as the storm system passes to our south, we're going to be on the cool, rainy side of it. It looks like Sunday not looking great. First warm forecast, enjoy the sunshine today and tomorrow, and actually Friday looks pretty nice, just a little bit warmer. Temperatures in the 80s Saturday with that chance of rain and thunderstorms Saturday evening. Then a chilly rain on Sunday before clearing up by Monday of next week.
The Bucs interviewed around 15 candidates before zeroing in on their new man in Milwaukee, Adrian Griffin, who just so happened to get his NBA coaching career started with the Bucs back in 2008. Well, Griffin, the era officially began Tuesday with the team introducing their 17th head coach in franchise history. And after coaching stops in Toronto, Oklahoma City, Orlando, and Chicago, getting this opportunity was, in his words, worth the wait.
Extremely excited for the next chapter of my life, being the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. It's very sentimental for me. Again, this is where I started, and it's funny how life works and everything has come full circle, and extremely appreciative of the path that I've taken. You know, everyone's path is different, but, you know, to wait 15 years for this job, it was worth it.
The Wisconsin volleyball team is a couple days into their foreign tour, and they're 2-0 thanks to 2 wins in Turkey. And they've done it without last year's kills leader. Sarah Franklin did not travel with the team because she's recovering after recently having surgery due to blood clots associated with quadrilateral space syndrome. Franklin is out indefinitely. Luke Fickell's bat signal was flying high after Kevin Hayward committed to the Badgers. The 6'7", 295-pound four-star offensive tackle out of Pennsylvania chose Wisconsin over Georgia, Alabama, and Michigan. Fickell also picked up a commitment from 3-star interior offensive lineman Ryan Corey. That's 4 for the class of 2024 so far in June. The State Boys Golf Tournament wrapped up in Kohler, and Edgewood's domination continued in Division II. The Crusaders captured their 6th straight Division II team championship. And after finishing second last season, Cambridge got the job done this time around. The Blue Jays took home the Division III team title, and Kyan Beistel Flores won the whole thing, taking home individual medalist honors. Brewers opening up a 3-game series with the Orioles. 10th inning, tied at 3, and Joey Weimer makes AmFam Fields go, whee! He walks it off in extras. Brewers get the win, 4-3, the final. And tickets have been punched to next week's state baseball tournament. Middleton is heading back to Fox City Stadium for the first time since 2016. Jefferson will be there for the 3rd straight season. Ithaca also heading back for the first time since 2016. And how about Pecatonica? This year is their first trip to state. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Coming up, a new study on electric cars is revealing the health benefits.
Stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning is back after the break. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to identify this bird. It is I kid, it's a robin.
Baby robin, great photo from Kevin Charles Grunberg. And just how he timed it perfectly to catch the worm.
I guess it was probably flipping the worm into its mouth.
That's amazing.
Isn't that something?
What a shot.
Thanks again, Kevin. You can use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. We'll find it. We'll post your favorites here on the program. A new study out this morning suggests putting more electric vehicles on the road could save thousands of lives over the next decades. So the American Lung Association just released that new report on the benefits of zero-emission cars and electricity. It suggests even if we replace gas vehicles with electric vehicles, by 2035, over 89,000 fewer premature deaths would occur in the U.S. by 2050. The report also says to see the maximum benefits, we should also move toward more green energy sources like wind, solar, and hydro.
So I shared this concern earlier, but I had recently read an article about how we just simply don't have access to the precious metals that we need to build enough electric cars for them really to overcome that threshold of price.
So we're talking about lithium and cobalt.
Cobalt. We talked about cobalt. So not only price, but just the physical ability to create enough electric cars for people to drive them as opposed to gas-powered vehicles. It's not within our possibility right now. Very interesting. I know. We all want to do better, right? It's just a matter of can we and is it affordable, right? 6:26, we're going to be back with the new pay raise for Madison school employees.
Well, that it's disgusting and cowardly behavior.
This morning, a shooting at a high school graduation ceremony. We have new details on the innocent victims and how authorities captured the gunman.
Justice. I want justice. I'm getting justice. I'm fighting for justice.
Also, an emotional mother on a mission for her family. Her son's body ignored and towed away in a car. The protocols police are now putting into place to keep it from happening again. And let's give you your first look outside this morning. We're going to see more sun today as a few showers in the area make their way out of the viewing area, but it is coming with some cooler weather, Kelly.
Yeah, that's right. That cold front that produced some showers yesterday, still producing a few showers, mainly to the west of Madison. Those showers on the way out. Cooler weather on the way. More on that coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. A beautiful day on tap, if not a little bit cooler, with low temperatures into the 40s overnight. Huh?
Yeah, we're going to deal with really a lot of sunshine the next couple of days. Nice afternoons. It's the nights that are going to be chilly, so be prepared for that, and especially tonight. And that's because we had a cold front pass through, and it's kind of a slow process for this front to continue to push on to the west. Still some lingering showers here, even a couple of showers here in western Dane County. Most of it's off to the west into Iowa County, near Dodgeville, then into Lafayette County. That's on the way out. You can see it's just diving basically due south. Here's that front now, kind of stalling out across parts of the plains. Still some lingering showers here in southwestern parts of the state. See that clearing line quickly moving to the south and west, so we'll get into a lot of sunshine today. Cooler off to the east, 51 in Juneau, Watoma at 52, 57 in Madison, a little milder to the west, 62 in Boscobel, and Platteville waking up to 60 degrees. So a couple of sunny days, seasonable temperatures in the afternoons. It will be chilly tonight, expecting 40s area wide. And I wouldn't doubt some of these valley spots don't actually dip into the upper 30s come tomorrow morning. Then we're watching our next chance of showers and storms. That'll be coming in late in the day on Saturday into a Sunday. So future track showing the clouds moving on out. Temperatures climbing into the lower 70s early this afternoon, mid to upper 70s later today. This is very seasonable for this time of June. So expecting temperatures in the 50s this morning to rise quickly through the 60s. Northeast winds up to around 10 miles per hour. Talk about that cool night tonight, and also a chance of rain and some cool weather for the upcoming weekend. More on that coming up.
Kelly, thank you very much. You can keep track of the next chance for rain over on our First Warn Weather app. Just search for WISC Weather in your app store.
A live look at Virginia Commonwealth University now in Richmond. Blocks away, 2 people were killed. 1 is in critical condition. 4 were injured. It all happened in a shooting after a high school graduation ceremony. Police say that the gunman opened fire at a public park as hundreds of people left the ceremony for Huguenot High School. When the crowd scattered, a car hit a 9-year-old girl. She's expected to recover. The Richmond interim police chief addressed the media afterwards.
We think the suspect knew at least one of the victims. Well, that it's disgusting and cowardly behavior, because even if you're discharging a firearm at a person you're trying to hit, when you have a crowd like this, innocent people are going to be caught up in the mayhem, and that's what happened today.
3 off-duty officers working security at the ceremony stopped the suspected shooter. Investigators say the 19-year-old had 4 guns on him. He is now facing charges, including 2 second-degree murder counts.
New this morning, a Wisconsin mother is demanding answers after the remains of her 17-year-old son were found in a stolen vehicle that authorities sent to a tow lot. Keena King says family and friends helped put up flyers and social media posts for 4 days to find her son, James. King was told by police her son had fled the scene of a crash. Her son is now the 3rd person in the last few years to be left in a Milwaukee tow lot.
Justice. I want justice. I'm getting justice. I'm fighting for justice. So my son is decomposed because you failed to look in the car and see that another person was in the car. You just hit the car tow to the Milwaukee tow lot.
King's family is meeting with the medical examiner's office to find out exactly how James died. Police say they're changing their procedures, so now vehicle searches will be mandatory before they hit the tow lot.
Deputies in Marquette County say a Montello man injured in a UTV crash last month has now died. Deputies and paramedics were called to County Highway C in the evening hours of May 27th. Two UTVs collided and one of them rolled over. Pilots then flew 72-year-old Stanley Lashowiak to the hospital, but he died just Monday night. The driver of the other UTV in the crash was not hurt.
We're learning more about a federal lawsuit that accused the Verona School District of paying male employees more than females for the same work. The district's settling for $500,000. It's for special education teachers who say they were not paid as well as their male counterparts. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission filed that lawsuit back in January of 2022. The settlement a year and a half later keeps the case from going to trial. We spoke to the union, who says this case goes beyond just equal pay for this district.
This is a victory for those 10 dedicated and loyal employees, but it's also a victory for our members across the state. And districts should be on note that we are paying very close attention to salaries, and until every school district in Wisconsin has a fair and predictable pay schedule for our members, we will keep our foot on the gas.
In a statement, the president of Verona's Board of Education said, quote, "We are ready to move beyond this matter and reaffirm our district's commitment to provide our scholars with a world-class education." The affected employees, meantime, will get $450,000.
Meantime, Madison public school teachers and employees are getting a big raise. The district and teachers union, Madison Teachers Inc., announcing a minimum 8% wage increase. It's meant to match the maximum cost of living adjustment for the next fiscal year. The funds will come from a $12 million sum in the district's general reserves fund.
The National Transportation Safety Board is confirming the truck driver who killed a Reedsburg Middle School student was only 17 years old. 13-year-old Evelyn Gurney died on May 12th while waiting to board her school bus in her driveway. The 17-year-old truck driver swerved to the right of the stopped school bus and hit Gurney. The teen has not yet been publicly identified. None of the people on the bus were injured. The 17-year-old had minor injuries. Investigations continue to find the exact cause of that crash.
If you suffer from seasonal allergies, it's about to get worse. Pair the seasonal allergies with the pollen with the smoke from the Canadian wildfires, and it's going to get pretty tough. Most of our viewing area is experiencing medium to high pollen counts this morning, and it could cause your allergies to flare up. So we put together a helpful list for people with seasonal allergies. Grass, hickory, and dock pollen are the top allergens in today's forecast. Experts say that pollen-prone people should consider wearing masks and sunglasses outside. Take a shower when you come back in. Keep windows and doors closed. And turn on an air purifier. Also, wool attracts more pollen than any other fabric, so try to avoid wearing wool. Experts say that pollen counts should drastically fall as we get through the month of June.
All right, take a look at this. This is going to make your day. June is National Adopt a Cat Month, and Sea Life at the Mall of America invited kittens from the Twin Cities Rescue Organization to check out the aquarium. Look how just encaptured they are by these little guys.
That's adorable.
The organization invites the kittens every year. They are all available for adoption.
There you go.
Dreaming about dinner.
Not much. You know how I love animals.
Chris Stanford and animals is like peanut butter and jelly.
Those little kitties, they're adorable.
They are very cute.
6:37 now. Doctors are diagnosing more young Americans with colorectal cancer. Coming up in our Health Watch, what researchers say is the best defense.
Hey, we are still tracking a few showers west of Madison. They're on their way out, but the sun is on the way in. We'll have some chilly overnight temperatures coming up in the first warm forecast.
Plus, we're ringing the official bell ahead of the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk returning to the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. How you can support the fight against breast cancer. Next.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, more young adults are getting colorectal cancer. In fact, it's estimated to become the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the U.S. for those ages 20 to 49 by the year 2030. That new study suggests dietary and environmental exposures may play a role. One of the biggest differences when researchers compared two age groups was how the body breaks down protein and carbs. Researchers suggest red meat and sugar intake may be linked to getting colorectal cancer at a younger age. The study's takeaway is to limit sugar, processed foods, and red meat while increasing leafy green vegetables.
6:42. Kelly Slifka's out on our weather patio with your first warn weather this morning. How's it feeling outside, Kelly?
Feeling really nice now. The temperatures are starting to climb, and we're starting to get the sun breaking through as well. And I'm seeing more blue than that hazy white because some of the smoke from those wildfires in Canada are getting scoured out. We're getting into some clearer air. That's some good news today. Still tracking a few showers, some leftover showers, mainly west of Madison into Iowa County, also Lafayette County from Dodgeville down toward Darlington, New Glarus, seeing a couple of sprinkles down toward Monroe. This will be in and out fairly quickly this morning behind this cold front. You can see the clearing taking place from Madison areas to the east and north. So we'll get into a lot of sunshine throughout today. And that's actually clearing us out. Behind this front, we're getting a little bit of a break from all that smoke. All that's being pushed down into Iowa, the thickest of smoke. You can see some of it kind of lurking over there in Michigan. So we'll have a clearer blue sky today as opposed to milkish white like we've seen the last several days. However, it looks like some of that smoke is going to return coming from these Canadian wildfires. Of course, they have over 400 up there, and they're all over the place. A lot of this smoke is going to come from the Quebec wildfires, so it might be a little bit smoky going into tomorrow afternoon. Right now, the clouds still lingering, looking toward the west. Temperatures, though, today with the sunshine pretty seasonable as we head into the mid to upper 70s. Look at tonight's low, though. With the dry air in place, headed down into the 40s. The record is 38. I don't think we'll get there, but we could see some upper 30s in some of the areas to the north in those valley spots. A lot of sunshine today. It's going to be seasonable with mid to upper 70s. That'll be the same case tomorrow. We've got that chilly night tonight, so prepare for some 40s waking up tomorrow morning. Our next chance of rain will come in later Saturday. 50s right now across Dane County. It's warming up to 61 in Middleton, 58 in Verona, 57 in Oregon, and also Madison. Same goes for Stoughton. Clouds on the way out for southwestern Wisconsin through the morning. Low 70s at the noon hour, mid to upper 70s later today, but it will be chilly tonight as temperatures drop quickly through the 50s, headed into the low to mid 40s, waking up tomorrow morning, but with a dry air in place and a lot of sunshine. Temperatures back in the mid to upper 70s tomorrow. Saturday, if you have any plans in the morning, no problem. It won't be until the mid to late afternoon hours when we are expecting some rain to develop as a front moves in. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Saturday evening. Then the storm system passes to our south. That'll bring us some steady, cool rains, it looks like, going into Sunday. Our first warm forecast looks nice the next couple of days. Just that chilly night tonight. 82 returns on Friday. 84 warmer Saturday. That chance of showers and storms developing in the late afternoon hours. And a cool rain at that looking into Sunday. Quick look at our first warm forecast because we have one accident that may be causing some delays. This is on the east side. We do have a crash on the northbound I-39, 90, 94 interchange going into a High Crossing Boulevard. May cause some delays there.
All right, thanks for the heads up, Kelly. 6:45, the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk is fast approaching, and in the 608 this morning, organizers say they need your help.
Josh Breiter relentlessly ringing the bell this morning at Alliant Energy Center. How's it going, John? Yeah, for real.
Hey, you give me a bell, you better believe I'm going to be ringing it all morning.
All right, Mark,
here,
take it away from him.
Of course, we're talking about an important cause. I know, I think Mark's sick of it too. But hey, we're talking about an important cause here that News 3 Now is proud to be part of. We're the More Than Pink Walk with the Susan G. Komen event. This has been happening for many, many years, and it's an important cause because we're fighting against breast cancer, right? So here at Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center, this is where that walk is going to be happening this coming Saturday morning. And to talk a little bit more about why this walk is so important with her own message here this morning is Diane Luganville out of Cambridge. Diane, good morning to you once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is obviously, it's a celebration, but it's also an emotional day for many because we've all been touched by cancer, and you've been touched by cancer in your own family.
Yes, I lost a cousin, and she had 3 little girls, and we had our children at the same time, and those 3 little girls didn't get to see their mom growing up, and I got to raise my children. So it's real. It's real. And a lot of women are fighting it, and they're winning. And that's why Susan G. Komen is important. They're helping women fight this battle. And if people don't have, if their insurance is goofy or whatever, Susan G. Komen is here to help, and that's what we want to do. We want to raise awareness and help women fight this, and let them know that they're not alone. We can do this together.
And you've been fundraising for 14 years now, and your incredible team is a top fundraiser.
Yes.
You know, what is it like to be able to see what your team and community has been able to make happen?
Well, it's really proud to see our little town of Cambridge help and we've raised over $375,000 over a period of 14 years.
Amazing.
But it's neat to know that our community is here, and it touches everybody. It's like you don't have too many people that can say they don't know somebody that is fighting cancer in one form or another. And one thing about Susan G. Komen, with their research and the money that goes for fighting and researching breast cancer, it also helps other cancers. So if we can find things that will help breast cancer, it's also going to help other cancers.
So if people want to support your team, this is more than just a weekend event. You guys are doing things all year round.
Yes, we are. I'm doing a fundraiser tonight. I'm doing a meat raffle at the Utica Bar, and I also have a golf outing that I'm going to be doing in July, and that's called the PMS. It's the pink mini skirt, and we have had a lot of fun with that, and you can find us we have a link. It's the Traveling Rack Pack. It's on Facebook. You can find us that way too, the Traveling Rack Pack.
All right. Well, Diane, thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing, and congratulations to your team for being a top
awesome.
fundraiser. That is incredible work, and happy walking this weekend.
Thank you.
Yes, you bet. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, I posted links to this story up right now on channel3000.com. Again, out here at Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend, 7:30 registration starts Saturday morning. The walk starts at 9 o'clock. You can register ahead of time or right here in person on Saturday. Again, you can join us in the fight against breast cancer. News 3 Now, once again, a proud sponsor of this event. You'll see many of us out here on Saturday morning, guys. So we'll send it back to you. One more Rel Bing.
One more.
Bell ring. Rel Bing. Boy, is it Monday? Back to you guys. We got to fight against this horrible, horrible cancer. So get out there and do some good this weekend.
I will say, if my ears are going to ring for the rest of the morning, it is for a really good cause. Josh Breiter, we're glad you're highlighting it. Somebody cut him off. Turn that audio off. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. Okay, it's 6:49. Coming up in the morning sprint, a new report on the state of tourism in Wisconsin, how Dane County compares to the rest of the state.
Yeah, if you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Police are investigating a shooting at a high school graduation ceremony in Richmond, Virginia. It happened late last night. Officers say the shooter knew at least one of the victims. 2 were killed, 5 others injured. It happened as graduates and their families were walking out of their ceremony. A 19-year-old is under arrest.
Madison police investigating after a stray bullet struck a home within inches of someone in bed. It happened in the Komen Park neighborhood on the city's east side just before noon yesterday. Officers responded after someone reported a person in one vehicle shot at another. It's unclear if anyone was hurt. We do know no arrests have been made, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward by calling Madison area Crime Stoppers.
Breaking news this morning, Pope Francis is in the hospital for surgery. The Vatican says the 86-year-old has an intestinal blockage. He'll be in the hospital for the next several days. He appeared in good health earlier today in Rome, meeting with visitors in St. Peter's Square. He was taken to the hospital within the last hour.
Before God and my family, I'm announcing I'm running for President of the United States.
And in breaking news, former Vice President Mike Pence officially in the race for president now. That video dropping within the last couple of hours. He joins a crowded field led by his former boss, President Donald Trump. North Dakota Governor Greg Burgum also expected to join the race today. Burgum will make 12 Republican candidates on the list.
The person I am talking about, who is obsessed with the mirror, who never admits a mistake.
New comments from Chris Christie about former President Trump this morning. He announced his bid for the Republican nomination yesterday from New Hampshire. Christie hasn't polled above 3%, though, against his peers in the race all year. Back in Wisconsin, a new report shows the impact of tourism on our state and city. The Wisconsin Department of Tourism sharing its economic impact report for 2022. It shows Dane County saw a 20% increase in its tourism impact, raking in $2.4 billion. Dane County shows the highest increase in the state, although every county had at least some growth. Wisconsin breaking its 2019 record of tourism dollars, with more than 100 million visitors bringing in $24 billion.
Pollen counts are especially high today, so here's some help if you suffer from seasonal allergies. Experts recommend wearing a mask and sunglasses outside and take a shower when you come back in. Kelly?
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, still tracking a few showers. This is off to the west of Madison near Dodgeville, New Glarus, down toward Monroe. Everything's sinking down to the south, and we're actually seeing the sun break out here in the Madison area, looking at our Edgewater sky cam, looking at a beautiful day today. Temperatures right now in the upper 50s, low 60s off to the west. Pretty nice start to the morning as the clouds will clear out from east to west. Temperatures in the low 70s here at the noon hour, topping out in the mid to upper 70s. So very seasonable for this time of June. So as you plan your day, temperatures rising fairly quickly into the low 70s here at the noon hour. We do have a northeast wind that'll bring in some dry air. A lot of sunshine expected today. Our first warn forecast brings in a very chilly night tonight, down into the low to mid 40s. Still chilly Friday morning. Nice afternoons, but just chilly at night. Our next chance of rain will come in late Saturday, and that'll bring in some storms and then some cooler weather with some rain on Sunday.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Another news and weather update in 30 minutes.